Hello everybody and welcome back to the build of the David Boddington Nieuport 24. I had thought that to build this rudder I would have to change the design and actually laminate some balsa because I'd ran out of the required thickness. And on the plan it's shown as 3/16. Well, when I had a look around in this dwindling stash of balsa that I've got left, I actually found some nice 8th, and I've stripped that using said stripper. Hope you can see that. Great little tool. You can buy your sheet balsa and then cut all of your wood out of the same density that you need. So I've found some 8th. I think 8th's going to be fine. It'll be slightly thinner than the original, but then you sand a lot off anyway, so, and it's at the tail where you need to keep the weight down, so I'm just going to go with that. It's a very straightforward design. All of the strength is in the gussets, so you glue it together and put the gussets in, and that's where the real strength comes. I'll be using white glue for the joints, but when it comes to the gussets I'll probably zap them with some CA. So let's get going. I'll do this as a time lapse so you can see the process without having to laboriously watch me cutting wood and gluing wood. And if you want, you can just fast forward to the end and see what it looks like. Let's get cracking. There we have it. That's the basic structure made. As I said, the majority of the strength in my view comes from the gussets. So I'll crack on, glue them in. I'll use this material, glue them in. When it's all set, I'll lift it off the board, we'll shape it, and then we'll see what it ultimately looks like. Gussets added, strength's added, coffee time. Come back when it's lifted off, then we'll sand it and we'll see what the thing looks like. This is dried now, so let's get it off the board and see what we've got. Some of the wood is varying in thickness, which isn't an issue. It's all going to be sanded level. And it's all about taking the corners off and getting a nice shape. I added a couple of extra gussets in here because I felt structurally it would need it. So that's the hinge line here. It always sticks a little bit to the there you go. So that's the basic shape. Obviously all these corners will be clipped off and it'll be given a sand. Then that's completed. I've actually sanded down the elevator and the horizontal stab. They've all been sanded and cleaned up. You'll notice that I made this in one piece. And obviously it's two separate. By making it in one piece, you can ensure everything's lined up, and that'll be cut out. This needs to be set in. I've salvaged this from the one that was on the plane that was all wrecked. I just ripped it out. I think what I'll do is I'll cut I'll cut a rebate out here to set this in, drill through here, groove this section, then I'll put an inlay over the top of this, because I don't think I could drill all the way down there. So I'll cut it out, set it in, and then set the pseudo rib over the top. And then when all of that's done, I'll cut through this section. Well, that's cleaned up rather nicely. There's one other thing I did, just bear with me. Here we go. I've replaced the trailing edge on the lower wings as well. I looked at them and I thought, can I live with them? And the answer was no. These were a real pain to replace, actually. For some reason, the balsa wasn't at its best. That made the ribs up. I've doubled them with 1/16 balsa inside. It's made it extremely strong for negligible weight, I'm sure. So I've done that with both of the lower wings, and I'm much happier with them. There's no twist in them, and they're far more rigid than they were before. So they're now completed. The wings just need a final clean up, the upper set. And then I can think about covering. I'm considering covering these lower wings in the elevator and the horizontal stab and the rudder. I'm considering covering those in doculam, then tissue, and then spraying them silver over the top. That'll keep the weight right down. For the main wings, I have some Solar Tex type covering material, which I think I'll use. It'll add enormously to the strength. It's a little bit heavier, obviously, than film, but I'm going to try experimenting with that and see what the tissue comes out like. And I've also got some thoughts on the fuselage, and I'll show you what they are. So here's the fuselage, and I'm really tempted to just patch this up. This is covered in tissue, and there's a puncture hole there which I think could be repaired. The bottom needs recovering, but I might cover that in the doculam and tissue. And I'm thinking about, other than filling the odd hole and things, just leaving this. I don't know. What do you think your views are? Do I totally strip it all off and recover the whole thing? Or do I try and retain that really rather fetching personal emblem of the French ace who wanted to strike terror into the Hun with the skull and crossbones and the coffin? I don't know. I'm tempted to leave it as it is, just clean it up a bit and recover it as it was originally. If anybody's got an opinion on that, please share it. That's what part of the fun of these social media YouTube channels are all about. Do I strip it? Do I just renovate it and tart it all up? Will it look odd compared to the covering on the tail and the wings? I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, thanks for your perseverance and sticking to this stage. If you have, thanks for watching. Enjoy your building and flying, and obviously if you're watching this channel you probably enjoy the building side of things. Take care, get creative, have fun. Bye now.